Hey, it's Curtis YZ. Smash like, subscribe, leave a comment, I'll read it. I mean it, gon' share if you care, just putting it out there. Welcome to the show where I talk about movies and do music and more. Let's get to it. Here we go. What's up, everyone? It's Curtis YZ's. Alright, so, not to beat a dead horse or anything. Somebody else that was talking to made me think about it. There's a person by the name of Ahmed that I feel doesn't have a lot of awareness in Star Wars community in general. And if people know about it, I feel like he doesn't get the recognition or the respect that he deserves when it comes to the work that he did, regardless of whether or not Darth Jar Jar Binks is like even remotely true. The work that he did was revolutionary, you know, for his time, and I mean, still holds up to this day pretty well. I was watching a stream the other day and Abu Nas said something that just made me feel like the same thing. He was talking about the dialogue in episode 2. See, if it isn't one thing, it's the other, really. But it's one of those things you just have to look over. Now, can that be said about The Last Jedi? To a certain degree. Does it have as strong of an effect as it would have on like something like The Phantom Menace? No. I don't know. I think that Abu Nas is right when there's just things that you should be able to overlook, especially the dialogue. I don't know. There's something that kind of rubs me the wrong way, because the way I always justified it in my head is like, well, they're in a galaxy far, far away. Like, who knows how they talk? I know it should be relatable. It just felt relatable enough to just be able to write it off. And I get the cringe and all, but, you know, even Anakin got a lot of this criticism, you know, for his dialogue work. And I'm not gonna lie, when he said he's jealous, he's holding me back, the face that he has and just the rage that he has, it's pretty intense. When I was a kid and just rewatching it as a kid, that part always got me. And it wasn't until way later I kind of found out that people were always making fun of the way that he threw the thing and it made this dinky noise. And it's funny, and I get it, but like at the same time, you have to be able to look at it both ways. Yeah, it's funny, but is that funniness overpowering the seriousness of that situation? And in my opinion, it never does. Like, I will always kind of look past that, at least momentarily, you know, just to see where the scene is going and everything. If you consider yourself a good human being, if you watch just one of his field notes, you will probably feel inspired. You will probably laugh. You will probably maybe shed a tear. You will probably get a good story out of it for sure, you know, and he's an inspirational person. And you know, I was probably a part of that problem. I probably made some jokes too, but I never really was super harsh about it because I always understood it was just for kids. It was supposed to be funny, you know. I never thought too hard about it. I never let that ruin the movie for me. I tear up when Anakin, call me what you want, I tear up when Anakin is in the pod race. To me, all I see is this kid that's giving his life. He's laying his life down to try and help these strangers. And I've heard it been described that way before, but it's like, I see that every time. Every intense moment is just a tearjerker for me, because it's not really just an action scene. It's a kid, he's risking his life, you know, and that's heroic. And then you could look at it like, wow, Qui-Gon really knows what he's doing or something. But, you know, it is what it is, and I always see it for that. And when he leaves his mom, my God, that scene is crazy. So sad. Sorry. Got a little bit of phlegmy. So yeah, I love Ahmed Best. I love his work, and every time I watch one of his episodes, it makes me feel inspired, and it's just great stuff. Really, what I wanted to get to is sometimes when everybody's doing it, it just becomes okay to do it. Sometimes we have to step back and think, what are we really making fun of here? And is this really? I know I sound, but I'm being serious. I mean, sometimes we just have to check ourselves and see, is what I'm saying actually hurtful? that's not really solving anything in the world. The world is full of problems, I understand that, but we all just want to have fun and live our lives and do what we want to do. Putting somebody else down is never a good thing in the long run for anybody, because the second that you realize what you've done and you come to your senses, more than likely you're gonna feel kind of bad about what you did. And now you're back in the same situation. Even if putting somebody down made you feel good, there's a high probability putting somebody down is going to also make you feel bad about yourself too. So, as ironic as that sounds, or whatever, but that's just how it is, really, when you're a human being and when you realize what you've done, things start to taunt you, right? Or haunt you. Things haunt you, right? Because we're human. We have feelings. We realize we've done wrong, and just that's how we grow, though. That's how we have to keep moving on. That's how we become better people. Look at what he's got. Let's see what he's up to now. Yeah, 2,400. I know maybe Jar Jar wasn't your favorite character, but he paved the way for Andy Serkis. You know, he did. He was the first to do it. Well, one of them. I mean, yeah, there was another one in some other weird movie. I mean, it was nothing impressive. For the time it was, obviously, but I mean, you compare that to Jar Jar Binks, and Jar Jar Binks is a workable character. He worked so much that he worked everybody up. I mean, that's not really an easy feat in a way. So, if you will, like, I just think that regardless of how you feel about the character, he definitely is a real character in the show. And you gotta give George Lucas the respect for how cool this character really could have been. Like, take the whole make it for kids situation out. Think about how cool Jar Jar Binks would have been if he was evil. I mean, give it, because if you've seen the concept art for the evil Jar Jar, freaking cool. I think it would have been a really cool Sith Lord, I'm not gonna lie. You see the Jar Jars in the robe, but that doesn't even come close to how bad it really could look. I mean, like, it could look seriously cool, I think. But so sub to all these great people, because we got here Tan Lee, amazing. He's gonna tell you all about these other Star Wars products. It's cool to hear from me the insight that he has. He likes a lot of Star Wars things, and so go to check out Tan Lee. He could still use more help. Infinity Nexus. He does a lot of all the reviews on the books. I'm not gonna lie, I do not have the comprehension speed and reading. Like, it would take me a month to get through a book. One of these books, probably about a month. So it's nice to have it explained to me easily. Subscribe to these people. I'm sure there's many more that I can't think of right now, but just right now in my life, some of these people are just Ahmed Best, Tan Lee, and Infinity Nexus. They just really inspired me recently, so wanted to thank them and address a little bit of the bullying again, because sometimes when everybody does it, it's easy for everybody to justify it because everybody did it. So it's just sometimes we have to step back and check ourselves, because just because everybody else jumped off the bridge doesn't mean that everybody else was smart, you know. I don't know how to, I'm amazing with words, I know. Just write it all down, because it's going to be really important in the future. So subscribe to these guys. Also, I wanted to thank Drunk 3PO for just being a great host overall. You know, he's really enjoyable to watch, and he brings a lot to the discussion. So I didn't really give a proper shout out to anybody. You know, I'm very bad at what I do sometimes. Drunk 3PO, Infinity Nexus, Ahmed Best, and Tan Lee. That's the list today. It'll all be in the description, so check them out. Subscribe, support them however you can. You know, a little bit of time goes a long way. Those are all great people. Again, this channel is about sharing good things, as many good things as possible, right? Sometimes we have things that we want to vent, but for the most part, this channel is about sharing all the good things that I can muster up. Some of the most important things to me that I find important, that I find interesting, things like that. So just, life is what you make it. So make it really good. Yeah!
Hey, it's Curtis YZ. Smash like, subscribe, leave a comment, I'll read it. I mean it, don't share if you care, just put